guys. Welcome to episode 46, I think. As always, sunny bonani dumalang khoyant afternoon bon dia. Yeah, so today I thought I would pitch up and actually chat about something that has come into my awareness. It's been in my awareness for quite some time, but I thought it was worthwhile me chatting about it. And I'm also holding this little beautiful microphone right over here because not only does it make me feel so divine and so diva-like, but when I was switching it on, it was flickering red. So now I'm just like keeping my beady eyes on it. Okay, so it might need to be charged up, but let's work with what we have at the moment, and I'll just keep checking it out. So yes, I wanted to chat about this anomaly for me, and it is an anomaly. So I've come to realize that whenever I purchase or more recently gifted new items of clothing, I tend to always want to keep wearing my old stuff. And I save my newer stuff for another time but it's not something that I like wear as often as the old stuff. And I guess this video was prompted by the fact that I think I wore this t-shirt maybe 2-3 days ago. Yes, it has been washed, but because it sits right on top of my drawer with all the others, I tend to like wear the same stuff again. And I was just like, well, isn't that just such a fascinating thing to do? And I'd be interested and curious to know if there's anyone out there who does the same thing, or are you one of those people that are unapologetic about the fact that you've just purchased or received a new item of clothing, shoes, whatever, doesn't really matter, and you're using it straight away? Yes, I think it's such an interesting thing just to observe. So I can only speak for myself. So I was like contemplating and reflecting upon this. Like, why do I keep on reaching for the old shirts and allowing the new ones to kind of like remain untouched? Not to say that I don't wear them and use them, but I just don't wear them and use them as often as the old stuff. And for me, I just feel like the old stuff just feels like cozier, you know? It just feels like snuggler buggler. You know what I mean? Like, you know how kids, I'm a big kid, tend to have these toys. And sometimes these toys are literally like the ears gone and the eyes like hanging out. But there's this like little kid who's still like latching onto their toy. I think I'm one of those kids. I really do. But don't get me wrong, when it's time for me to say adieu and goodbye to something because it's long past its expiration date or time to go, I'm definitely not one of those people who cling on and hold on for all dear life. In fact, my husband can attest to this. I get into these cleaning frenzies from time to time where I literally will go through everything and I will decimate all that needs to be removed. So if there's paperwork, I shred that shit. And yes, the holidays are concurring. So I can't say that I'm someone who gets attached to old stuff and can't let it go, because I can. But wow, it sometimes is quite challenging. There was a t-shirt that had holes in it. God bless its heart. There's even a t-shirt that I kept on wearing that had holes in it because I'd worn it so much. And it was really, really hard for me to let it go. But I was like, no, I have to. 4 or 5 new items have come in. There has to be at least one item minimum that makes the makes the cut of being removed. And then, yes, I wore it one final and last time. And then I really even like toyed with the idea of, but now should I wash it before I throw it away? Or should I just throw it away after I've used it and it's like all sweaty and like full of my bodily fluids? It was interesting because I was like, well, I hope no one's going to get their hands on this because it's got like me on it, So I was very tempted to wash it, I must be honest. But I was like, no, fuck it. So I wore it. I had my last workout in it and I removed it, and I didn't just throw it in the bin. No, because that would be far too passive. I took my finger into one of the holes and I literally ripped the shit out of that shirt. Okay. I literally tore it to pieces. And then I was like, nah, I really can't wear it. And also, nobody else can wear it because it was really old and shoddy. And I really felt like it had done its job and it wasn't even good enough to be used as a little lappy. You know what a lappy is? It's like a cloth that you use to clean the countertops or like the furniture or something. It's called a lappy, like a small little cloth that you use to clean stuff with. So yes, I know it's a bit of a abstract conversation today, but yeah, it was just something that popped into my awareness, and I just became a little bit curious about it myself personally. So I have a fabulous little new skirt that I'm wearing. And I did change after my work. I work out pretty much all day, guys. I am pretty much in workout clothing the whole day. So I wake up, I meditate, I go straight into our little gym, which is the garage. All great things start in the garage, don't they? And then I do my lymphatic drainage exercises. So I'm in there for 30 minutes and I get a decent and good workout, especially with the humidity and the heat that is available where I reside. And then after that, I go for a 4 to 6 kilometer walk with my hubby every day. Come rain or come shine, we be walking, people. On that note, I thought it would actually be interesting for me to share while we're talking about walking. I did share it with one of my clients and a dear family friend and family member. And there's just been some research that they've conducted around the powers and the importance of walking. And essentially, the summation was that walking is as important as sleeping and eating. It's quintessential. So it really made me so aware of the time and the era where we reside in today, where, most people are, bound to their desk and to their computer, and how much walking is going on. And walking for not just exercise, walking to have your cognition and wits about you, for all the systems within your body to operate optimally and to be functioning, and for all the cogs in the engine to be turning in this beautiful body that we have been blessed to have in this here now moment. So yes, I just thought I'd mention that since I was talking about it. And then I do my yoga session, and we also do I do a 20-minute workout with my kids. We do a family workout session where we set up 5 stations and we work on each station for a minute, and we have a rotation, and we get a good workout, and it's a little bit of family bonding, family community time, So I am pretty much, in my sweats for most part of the day. And I guess for me, I don't feel very fabulous when I'm in my sweats. I must be honest with you. I mean, this is just like a really Lepsy daisy little top. I mean, the fray has even come off at the bottom here because the stitching has unraveled itself, but it still looks acceptable. You know, it's 100% cotton, so that for me is very important. So yes, it's 100% cotton. Still have my little fab bras here, you know, also 100% cotton beyond their little elastic that holds the goods together. And then this was a beautiful skirt short that I was gifted for the Christmas time from my Amma Sissy. So I love this. I really do, because it does make me feel feminine. But if I want to throw a box kick in there, you know, hiya, I have the shorts to provide coverage where it's needed. So yes, what else am I being called to share? As I look up at the clock and it's 10:55. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think today's going to be a little bit of a shorter one, and I hope it's provided some form of contemplative thought around your own behaviors when you are gifted with new items. Do you use them immediately, or do you kind of like keep them on standby and wait for the right and perfect moment to use them? What do you do with those old items? Do you cling on to them for dear life, or do you easily just, you know, scooch them out of the way? So yes, it can definitely tell you a lot about who you are as an individual and what's going through your psyche. And as I just said that, I was like, well, I need to go and do some real introspection about, yeah, how I am and how I treat these new items and how I treat these old items, and how that is reflective of a element of my personality, so to speak. I'm often very, like, I don't want the new stuff to be unnude. I want the new stuff to maybe remain nude, because if I start wearing them, I know that they will become older and used. And perhaps there's like a little bit of a fear or a little bit of a concern about that happening. And then I'm like, okay, but why is that? You know, keep on asking the why. Well, let's go a layer deeper, shall we? Let's peel that onion back one more layer, shall we? So yes, I definitely need to think about that and perhaps alter my relationship with new items so that I can potentially and possibly be more receptive to receiving more new items and relinquishing the old, and not needing to cling on and hold on so tight, trusting that there will always be this continuous flow of in and out, just like we're breathing in and exhaling out, right? It's the same thing, actually. And I know I said I was going to go 2 minutes ago, but I'm still here. And as I was saying that, like this big epiphany and aha just kind of like came to me. And I was thinking about, well, how does that like relate to my breath? Do I take in this new oxygen fully and wholeheartedly with ease and with no apology? And how do I release the exhale? Do I cling on to the breath, or do I release it easily and effortlessly, trusting that there'll just be another new breath for me to take in with as much deliciousness and fullness as the previous, and if not more, right? So yes, perhaps that's something, a little exercise, and a little introspection that you can perhaps take upon yourself. How does your breath correlate with how you treat items that are new and old in your world? Yeah, so just something to ponder upon, you know, just a little ponder. Anyway, you magical, delicious, wondrous human, it's 14:53 on the timer, and as always, I would like to remind you to continue to sow those seeds. Allow for the magic and flow of life to find you so that you may continue to grow and glow those magical seeds. Let them start bearing fruit, you delicious one. It is time. It is time to welcome the new and release the old. Ding! See you for tomorrow's episode. Bye now. Bye. No, you. No, me. No, you. Me. No, you.